So once again, welcome. I'm going to start talking about the binary options now. We're done with the updates. And so I'm going to show you some tricks, like I call them tricks, right? But it's something you might know. For some of you, I don't know. But as far as nobody has told me, I feel is my trick. So I'm going to show you that. It's not like it works 100%, but at least it works most of the time. So I'm going to be showing you that. And I will try not to repeat too many things I've said before. The thing is, I want us to be profitable. Like I said before, for binary options, it's one of the market where you can easily go get some money, go fetch some money. And it's also the market where you can easily lose all your money. Okay, unlike Forex and crypto, where you can actually set your stop loss, you decide what you can afford to lose, in a particular trade. Binary options is not like that. You only determine what you feel you can lose in a day, in a session, in a trading session. So if you get to that point in losses, please get out of the market. The market is not favorable that day. But how do we minimize our losses, manage risk, is what I'm going to be sharing, apart from how you are going to use the signals. So I'm going to share my screen right now, and please, if you put any chat in the chat box, once I start sharing my screen, I won't be able to see them. So I allow everybody to unmute to ask questions. At any point, if you do not understand, or you think I'm too fast, please just unmute and stop me, ask your question, please. So now I'm going to share my screen. Oh, sorry, this is not the screen. Okay. Okay, so this is the screen I want to share with you. This is our premium signal channel. Okay. So I'm just trying to move this stuff that's somehow. So now this is what the signal looks like. I know a lot of you have seen it because I've been posted in the other group where we have our basic members and other members. So I'm going to share this right now and talk about this signals. You can see a loss here. It happens. And when you have just one loss, it wipes out all the profit you've made. Most of the time, it takes like, depending on your account size and the capital you're trading with per time, your investment capital per time, it takes like 5 trades to recoup a loss. So that means if you make like 5 wins and you have 1 loss, it wipes everything, like everything. Okay, there's a win. So let's wait for another signal. So I'm going to show you. Or before that, let me even show you here on my, So the first thing I want to say is I don't like trading any pair that is below 75% payout. That's the first thing you should note. And then the second thing is do not use more than 1 to 2% of your account. The temptation is usually very high. If you get a winning trade on a very small investment amount, and you do not feel like, oh, I wish I used something good, something reasonable. If you do not feel that way, you're not normal. You're only normal when you feel that way. Oh, I wish it was $1,000 I used. Oh, I wish it was $100 I used. I wish it was $2,000. When you feel that way, you are really, really normal. Yes. So what I do is I try to trade nothing less than 75%. Now, at 75%, on 2% of my account size, let's say I have $1,000. Please, somebody should help me. What is 2% of $1,000?
That's $40.
I didn't hear that.
$40.
2%.
Yeah, 2% of $1,000. $40.
Are you sure you got that?
It's 20.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
It's 20.
It's $20. $20. Sorry, I was not
Good.
this. Sorry.
Good.
Yeah.
It's $20. So just imagine you have $1,000 and you have to trade with $20. You will feel like, oh, I have $1,000. I can use $100. You know, I can use $200, and then you're looking at that. By the time you have one loss, you lose that much. And if you have to do a martingale, you would have finished your $1,000. So that is why you shouldn't use more than 2% of your account at any time. If your account is $50, please use 2%. If your account is $100, please use 2%. All you need is bigger capital if you want your investment per trade to be big. You need more capital. So if your capital is small, please just stick to the plan. The reason is if you practice with that, once you have a bigger account, you can do better. You have become a disciplined trader that can use 2% of his account to trade. That helps you. All right. No matter your risk tolerance, we always say this. You know, when you are trading something like Forex or crypto, I can even understand to an extent because you have stop loss where you say, okay, I can afford to lose 10% to make 20%. I can understand that. But with binary options, I mean, you do not have stop loss. So once you lose, it's gone, like it's gone. So sticking to 2% of your account size is really very, very important. So stick to 2% of your account size. Now, if you trade, I'm sharing some of the strategy I use, although I'm improving on them. Like I said, we'll keep sharing review strategy. So if you trade, we're going to work this together because by the time I do this, then the demonstration I'm going to give to you here is something that will be very easy for you to understand. By the time you have, let's say you are trading 75% payout and you have 15 wins. Let's use, I want to use something lower. So if we're using $100, if we're using $100, 2% would be $2, right? So let me use $500. So 2% would be $10. 2% would be $10. So if you have 15 wins in a day at 75% payout, please follow me because I'm going to do the arithmetic, not me. I already understand what I'm doing, so I need you to understand it. So you need to participate. So I'm using 2% of $500, which is $10 at 75% payout. That means for each trade, I make 75% of $10. How much would that be? 75% of $10.
$5.
75% is $5.
7.5. $7.5.
7.5.
Okay. All right, good. So $7.5. So, and then I have 15 wins in a day. So that will be how much?
112.5.
112.5. And then you have a $500 account. Okay. So this is my recommendation. You can choose what works for you. This may really work more for those who are premium members because you have access to the Signal 247. I'm not dropping for you. I only drop for the general group and all that. So if you are a premium member, you have your time, this is what I advise that you do. You can take 3 sessions in a day and ensure you have 5 wins per session. Once you have 5 wins, please do not trade anymore because the losses come. We're going to look at the signal, how it drops. This is what I've been observing, how the signal drops, when the losses come up, after how many trades. Sometimes you have like 3 losses consecutively. Sometimes you have 1 loss. You now have wins like that. So that will help you to escape the losses. I'm just trying to help you based on what I've observed on the signal. So if you do 5 trades per session and you have 5 wins, please get out of your system. Take another time. When you come, the first thing you're going to look for is you scroll and look for the last loss. The last loss recorded there, you will see it. Check how many trades from that, and then you'll be able to know if you need to go in or not. And if you keep your notifications on and there's a loss and you keep seeing the trades dropping, the signal dropping, you see there's a win, there's a win, there's a win, there's a loss. If you have time, once there's a loss, observe the next 2 trades. If the next 2 trades are maybe like first or second martingale, you can enter in the 3rd trade after the loss. Do 5. If you have 5 wins, get out of the market. Then you do that. If you have 3 sessions like that in a day, you have 15 wins. On your $500 account, you'd have made $112.5 in a day. So multiply that by 2 if you have $1,000 account. If you do that diligently every day, you're going to grow your account, you're going to make profit. It doesn't mean you will not encounter losses. Because if you miss your martingale, you don't do it right, you're going to lose money. But I'm just trying to explain to you this strategy, the way it works. This is what I use. And once you make profit, please take it. Now, another suggestion is, I say suggestion because, I mean, what works for me may not work for you. So it can help you develop your own plan and what you do. How do I grow my account? I don't take everything. At the end of my trade, I don't wait until, like I said, if you want at the end of the week, you can take your money, right? But if I'm not going to be using that part of money that is in my account, why should I leave it there? So I make my withdrawal. So I make $112. I withdraw maybe 50% of it because I want to grow my account. I don't want to stick to $500. I want to grow my account. So maybe I choose to withdraw 50% of it and then I leave the other 50%. So I know that, oh, I made profit today. The next day I do that. If you do that every day, in no time, you would have taken out your main capital out of the system. And then you have grown your capital higher. Then you stick to the strategy, you keep growing your account, you keep taking money out of it. The reason why you need to grow the account is because you should have a minimum that you want to trade with. So even when you have losses, you know you still have your capital. If $500 is going to be like your minimum capital you want to trade with, then you know that, okay, no matter what, my loss should not go below 500. So you need to grow the account so you have more leverage, so you don't deplete your account. So this is my strategy, right? So now I'm going to talk to us about the signals. So when we had our class, I told us about these indicators. I said we have so many indicators, and of course, for different markets as well, we talked about indicators, chart patterns, and all that. But I just said, as you're getting started, just stick to these 2 indicators. Stick to them, all right? I mean, it's not even the best to have too many indicators on your chart. Like, the fewer, the better. So for binary options, I just think I'm okay with just this very basic. What I'm looking for is the trend and the momentum. Once I see that, I decide, okay, now this trend is up. It's obviously overbought at this point. So I see it and then I want to wait for a reversal. Okay, I want to wait for a reversal because if I enter this trade at this point, I might be lucky to keep getting some wins, but it's showing that it's clearly overbought. So it's possible that I can enter a trade here and a red candle can just take me out. So once I come and I see the trend, I see that, okay, it's a buy trend, but it's overbought. I wait for a reversal, you know? So like you're seeing what I'm talking about right now. Maybe you just enter this trade saying, oh, it's bullish. And then this candle closes as a bearish candle. It's a loss. Then you take your first martingale. Let me come this way and give us an example here. Let me see if this is going to move. Look at this area here. You'd say it's a buy. right? Because you think it's above the SMA. Then you go in. Imagine that you go in on this particular candle, right? Because in your mind, it's a green candle, so it's a buy. No, sorry, you come in after this candle, and then in your mind, the next candle is going to be green because it's a buy. Your imagination, or what your premonition, whatever you want to call it, says the next candle is going to be a green candle. Then you get into this market here, and the candle forms a red one. But because you are told to do the first martingale, you do the first martingale, it's a loss. You do your second martingale, it's a loss. I mean, you've lost big time. So this indicator will help you, will really help you. If I take it off, you can't really just see that. You can just see that, oh, okay, there are green candles, there's red, and then there are green again, and all that. But when I put the indicator back, I mean, it just helps you. So what I do is, this indicator is very basic. So I just add it to help me, verify the trend. And when the bot drops a signal and it says the trend is neutral, I personally do not trade it. Because when the trend is neutral, let me add my indicator back. So I'll look for something. I like my yellow, and I like to make it thicker so I can see it properly. All right, so that's it. Okay, so let me see. Okay, I don't know if this, let me check for another one if I can find what I'm looking for. No. This. Good, something like this. For those of you who are familiar with crypto forex, you see a lot of this. Like when the market is ranging, you see the candlesticks begin to form like this. If I take this off, you will see clearly a ranging market. It's not ideal, but sometimes the bot still scans the market and drops signal for you, and it could tell you the trend is neutral. So when it tells you the trend is neutral, yeah, it's possible that you can have a win. In fact, maybe I would say 50% of the time you could have a win. But once I see that, I don't risk it. I don't say, oh, because the bot gave me a signal is accurate, so I have to go into the market. I don't. That is why I have the indicator to tell me if what the trend is. The trend is neutral, I don't go into the market. I don't do that. If the trend is, it's a bullish trend, I know, okay, it's a bullish trend. The bot is telling me to buy, I buy. Sometimes the trend may be a bearish trend and the bot is telling you to buy. So when the bot is telling you to buy, I don't enter the market immediately. I want to observe that candle. Let's say the signal says, let's go to the signal. The signal says 9:30, enter at 9:30, it's a call. And then I come here and I'm waiting. It's already 9:30 here. So, but let me just say it's let's assume we're entering at 9:32. Then I'm waiting for the 9:31 candle, right? I now see that, okay, the bot says we should buy. And the trend is a bearish trend because it is below the SMA and I can see the red candles. But the bot says at 9:32, we should go up. And then I come here, the particular candlestick that is on this 31 is selling, right? If the candle is selling, most likely the one for 32 will be a buy candle, most likely. So I wait to see it, right? So I don't go into the market. So let's observe and see if 32 is going to be a green candle or it will still be a red candle. Let's observe. I have to change. After this, I'm going to change to a demo account so we can try it. Okay, so this is 32. So the bot says buy, but the candle is selling. So I didn't enter because it's a downtrend, but the bot says what? Buy. So when I observe it and I see that, okay, maybe it buys, then I know that that trade, I didn't go into it, but it was a win. I don't feel bad about it because I have tons of signals that will still drop. But I didn't want to take the risk because it's a downtrend. So the fact that it's a downtrend doesn't mean a green candle cannot form like I told us the other time. But I don't take that kind of risk. That is how I minimize my losses. I don't say, oh, because the bot says buy, and I just buy. No, I observe it before I go in. But I do better with the signals that follow the trend. If the trend is a buy trend and the signal tells me to buy, even if I find a bearish candle in between my bullish candles, I'm sure that in my martingale, maybe the first or the second martingale, I'm surely going to win that. I tell myself, if the trend is correct, out of every 3 candles, there must be a win. So if the first candle that I'm entering, which is the original candle, the original signal candle, if it ends up in a loss and I do my first martingale, most likely the next one is going to be a win. If it's an uptrend and the signal says buy, and I enter, but that candle becomes a red candle instead of a green candle, most likely the next candle is going to be a green candle because it's a bullish trend. So that is how I observe the candlesticks before I go in, regardless of what the signal is telling me. I have the indicators to show me if that particular trend is overbought or if it is oversold. And so I try to match that with what the signals are dropping for me, and I trade. It doesn't mean I haven't encountered losses with that. I have, but at least it's been a lot minimal. So you can also try that for yourself. So I'm going to change to demo account now. So we will try something. Yes, how to add this, I showed us before, but let me take them off so I can just add them for the purpose of the people who watch the replay who have not been part of this class before. So to add the indicators, you just come to this compass, click on it, and then you add the trend indicator, and then we come and add the oscillator. So the first we're going to do is to add the moving average. Like I said, just use moving average, leave the period on 10, select the color that you want. I like to make my color different from what the candlesticks look like, and I like to make it bolder so I can see it clearly. So, sorry, so that's for that. So just scroll down, and then we say we would use RSI. I'm not going into details of all that. So I like to give them different colors. So I'm going to give, I can't remember the colors I did before, but let's use this. Let's use this for overbought. And because the line is already green, so I don't want to use anything green. So yeah, something like that. So you can see that the overbought is up, the blue one. If it's overbought, it's above 70. If it's oversold, it's below 30. So we have that. And then we're good. So this is our demo account. Let's see what the bot is saying we should trade. Okay, so wait for a signal. Just dropped one. Imagine there's a loss here. I wish we cut this so we can just see what happened. You can see the forecast. The forecast is another thing I look at. The forecast is 73. Ordinarily, you say, oh, it should be a straight win. But regardless of that, it was a loss. So you can see why I say you can't trust the signal 100%. You also have to look at what comes with it, look at your indicators, the trend, and do some kind of sentiment analysis to get into the market. So let's wait for a signal to drop. Then we can take a trade. I just wish we can see some of the things I've described. Maybe get a neutral trend or get a buy when it's a downtrend or a sell when it's an uptrend. Let's just wait and see. So sometimes it takes a while. It takes, sometimes it takes almost 5 minutes, especially after a loss. It takes a while, you know. So you just have to be patient, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, max 5 minutes. Once it gets to like 10 minutes, I just tell myself the market isn't good because the bot is scalping or just scanning the market rather to get a signal, and it's taking that long. I don't want to trade it. Okay, so we have GBP AUD and the trade time is 9:39 and it's a call. The forecast is this. Let's go 9:39. So let's see what we have. Now is 9:37. So the 38 is coming. So I'm going to prepare my account. I'm going to use $10. Okay. So we should buy GBP AUD. What's happening?
It is up there already.
It's up there. Okay, it's here. GBP AUD. So you say we should enter at 39, and it's a buy. So you can look at what I'm saying. If this was a live trade, I'm likely not to trade it because it's neither here nor there. It's telling me the trend is buy. So I'm going to enter this trade once is 9:38:59 seconds. And I'm going to also share something with you after this particular trade, or when I take it, you'll see. So okay, so now you can see what I'm saying, that the trend could be it could be a downtrend, or it could be an uptrend, like it's telling us to buy. And they say the trend is a buy trend, but you can see what the indicator is telling us, right? So it's neither here nor there. So this is the type that I said is going to be share luck if you win, because looking at the trend. So when I see a trade like this, I don't take it. Regardless of the forecast, the payout, I don't take it. If it ends up in the win, congratulations to those who took it. So it helps me to minimize my losses. I don't just jump into it, right? So this is obviously going to be a straight win, which is very lovely. This is the time where you feel like, oh, I wish I used $1,000. You know, I wish I used $1,000. That's when you begin to feel like that. But I'm just telling you that when I say this, I don't take it. I don't trade it. I run away from it. So this is a straight win. So it can't give us what I want. So we're going to wait for another one. So we wait. Did you see what happened? The trend is actually a sell, where we're asked to buy. So for those of you who wait for us to post signals, this is how we wait for it. So when you are on the other side, you don't know that we're waiting for signals to drop so we can share with you. And it feels like forever, you know, when you wait. But when you trade by yourself, you can just wait. You know, you tell yourself, okay, the next 1 hour I'm going to be here. I want to take 5 trades. That's enough, so you can wait. The only time you may exceed 5 is when you have losses. You have to, you know, when you have a loss, it cancels the win. So that is when you have to continue to say, okay, I need 5 wins, not just 5 trades, 5 wins. So it could be 10. Okay, so we got it in the first one, but the bot got it in the first martingale. You see? So it happens. You can see it was a straight win for us. But here. Okay, so let's wait for it to drop. That was why it took a while. Let's wait for it to drop another signal. I need a signal that will give us something to illustrate what I explained. You have seen one already. That type, I do not go in. Just imagine. We got it on a straight win, but here was first martingale win. So you can see what I mean. But I need a trade that looks like we're going to lose or that's giving us, you know, it's an uptrend, fully uptrend, but it's asking us to sell. Just imagine, this is, it says the trend is sell, but it asked us to go up. So you have to really be observant when you come. Ensure you look at it. You have like 2 minutes or a minute and a half to get into the trade. So you don't just jump into it. You have to look at what the signal is saying before you get in. Don't just say, oh, it's GBP AUD, so you just jump on it, or you say, okay, it's a call, so you just get in. You're definitely going to lose your money. If you win, it's going to be share luck. So talking about the strategy yet, so sometimes what I do, if the main candle says buy, if the signal says buy, and that particular candle says sell, like the entry candle says sell, and you're supposed to buy, I don't enter. I look at the previous 2 candles, and if there's a red, if we have, say, a green, and then there's a red, and the signal says buy, remember there will be one other candle before the one you go in. So the candle before you go in, observe the candle, you have green, red, then you have another green. The next is likely going to be red, except depending on the formation of the trend. If they are forming side by side, most likely the next candle is going to be a red candle. But if they are forming above themselves, then the candle could be a green candle. You can just observe these things that I'm talking about. It will help you. Don't just take my word for it. Sit with your chart and look at it. That is why I said, if the trend is right, on every 3 candles, you are sure to have a win. So you enter that candle, it's a red, the next one is likely to give you a win on first martingale. If it doesn't, the third one is likely to give you a win on second martingale. If the trend is correct and that they are forming, the candles are forming upward, if it's a buy trend, they forming upward, you know, above themselves like that, forming a high. Then if the market is a bearish market and the candles are falling below themselves, you know, like that, forming those lows, is most likely going to give you that. So just observe it. If you have a red, green, the next one is likely to be red, right? So that is how you observe it. If you have a green, red, you have green before you enter the market, the market candle is likely going to be a red candle, even on a buy trend. So with that, you want to observe it. But if you jump into it and it's a red candle, then the next candle, you're going to be winning that trade on your first martingale or your second, but most likely on the first martingale. But I try as much as I can not to do that. So if I skip the main entry, candle and it becomes a win, fine. I say that one has passed. Let it just go. But if I skip the main candle and it forms a red, the time that the bot is doing the first martingale is when I enter as my first trade. So I get it on the straight win while the bot is doing first martingale. I don't know if that made any sense to you. If I see the candle formation that I have a green, and I have a red, let's say I have a green, then the candle that forms before my entry now is a red candle, and I'm supposed to enter on a green candle, which is a buy based on the signal. If it's a red before the green, I enter. But if it's a green before the entry candle, I do not enter. I want to see the candle that will form. So if the candle form as a green candle and is a win, fine. There's no issue with that. But if it forms as a red candle because there was a green candle before it, then the next one is going to be green. That will be the first martingale. Let's take this trade. So this is a Euro NZD. It's a 949. And it's a sell. Euro NZD. I'm not sure I have it here. What's happening? Euro NZD. So we're entering at 49. So this 48 now. Can you see what I'm saying? This 48 is a sell. It's asking us to sell. And this 48 is a sell. We're entering at 49. So if this candle closes as a sell and the trend says up and it's telling me to go down, am I going to win the trade when I go down? Let's find out. Let's find out. So we're going down. It says we should go down. So for me, I won't enter this trade, but you see that the trade is likely going to be a straight win. Why won't I enter the trade? Because the trend is showing me, the trend that the bot gave us, it says it's a sell. But my indicator is telling me it's becoming an uptrend. So the next candle to this is most likely going to be a green candle because of the trend. Already is forming that and it's going up. So the bot says I should sell. So when I see a red candle before this, I expect that after this red candle, the next candle should be a buy candle because why? It is a buy trend by what the indicator is showing me. But the bot says this, right? So there's a red, there's a red. So now if I didn't enter this particular trade and it formed a green candle, this next one is likely going to be red. That's why I said after this, if you have a red, most likely you could have a green. If you have a green, most likely you have a red. So if we had a red here, the candles, it says go in here. Ordinarily, I won't go in. Why? Because my indicator is showing me that the trade is supposed to be going up. So, but this candle showed up here. That is why you have a martingale. So if this was a loss, then this candle would have given you the win. And if it forms the same one in the same direction, downward direction, then of course you're going to lose the trade. So how do I minimize my risk? By this, I look at this. Okay, this thing is showing that. All right, you can see now the market is going to look like as though it's ranging, even though it's trying to form an uptrend. That is why I said if the candles are forming on top of themselves like this, this, and it's going up, if this red forms up here, I'm sure that there's a green will come after that. But when it's forming like this, it's most likely going to change trend, just like what you can see here, like this area, most likely. So it's forming like that. I'm seeing, too many reds coming in between. There's a green, red is coming. So when I get to a place like this and I see this red, look at this red. This red now closed below this green. Even if the signal says I should buy, I'm not going to buy because this thing is looking as though it wants to change the trend. And it actually did. It came down. Look at it. So if it's forming and coming downward like this, I can go in. But when it's forming side by side, as though it's a ranging market like this, I won't trade it. It's binary option, it's not crypto. I can't set my stop loss. So I won't trade it. If it's a win, good and fine. Congratulations to those who took the trade, but it's not me. So this is how I've been able to observe the market and I've minimized my losses. I've minimized my losses. Most times my wins are straight wins or on first martingale. I have not found myself doing second martingale for a long time. I do that, I observe the market, I do that. Once I have 5 wins, I take a break. I have some time, I check if, okay, I want to do that. So that way you can always take profit, no matter how little, you can take profit. So that is it, guys. I think I've explained enough and we've demonstrated, we've seen. So if you have questions, you can ask. Okay, we don't have
well
any.
done. Yeah,
Oh,
I
sure.
have. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, the first question is that the indicators, you have a moving average and RSI. Which one is the third one, please?
No, I didn't put 3, I put only 2.
Only
I put,
2. And those are the 2, Abi?
Yeah, it's simple moving average
Okay.
and RSI.
You say simple?
Yeah, simple, not exponential, simple.
Okay,
Simple moving
okay,
average.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because when you get there, you see the exponential moving average. That's not what it is. I'm using the simple moving average and the RSI.
Okay. Now, the percentage that is a 2%, is it always indicated there, or we have to input it? Because
No, the percentage is always indicated on the signal.
Oh,
You
okay.
see, yes.
Okay.
You see it on
Okay.
the trade. Once the signal shows you that, by the time you pick the pair, you will see the percentage there, the payout.
Okay. 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 Thank you.
You're welcome.
How much is the premium membership?
Okay, for those of you who are premium membership before now, we said that we're giving you a massive discount. Our premium membership now is a lifetime membership. Once you pay, is a one-time payment. You don't have to pay anymore. So it is $500 lifetime, right? But for those of you who have been with us before, we are allowing you to pay $150 lifetime. However, we have also given a window between now and next month, March, that if you can pay now, you can pay just $100. But if you do not pay now until after March, you pay $150 for existing subscribed members. Yes. So if you want to do your renewal now before March, between now and March, you can just pay $100 and then you don't have to pay any money again. It's a lifetime membership.
Okay, thank you so much.
You
Is
are
that for Forex and binary?
Yes, Forex, binary, and crypto. So the
Okay.
crypto, we are using a bot. The bot is called AlgoB bot. It's a futures trading bot. We will show you how to set the bot and bind to your crypto exchange so you can trade. So the bot works with particular exchanges: Bybit, Binance, Bitmart, Gate.io, and KuCoin. Those are the exchanges that the bot trades with. So you need to have that. If you haven't created a Bybit account, our link is there. You create that. If you already have one, you can easily create a new one and move your KYC and use our link, to do that. So, but the bot is going to trade for you hands-free. All you need to do is bind it, have your capital there, and it trades for you. You don't need to do any other thing. That's what the bot does for you. And the bot subscription is $500 per annum. But for all subscribed members or premium members of SDN, I've been given a discount to pay $150. Then basic members pay $200 per annum. So that is different from your membership. So these are opportunities we'll be bringing, your way, better opportunities like these, tools that you can use to maximize profits without stressing yourself. So, but if you can't start with the premium version of the bot, there's a basic version that allows you to use the bot, but it is not as profitable. I can tell you that. It is not as profitable. It can't allow you put more than one pair, but on the premium version, you can put multiple pairs depending on your capital. Then the bot can trade for you. But the Forex is a manual trade for now until we set up our copy trading for those who may want to copy. But like I always like to say, even if you are trading with the signals, I still advise you to do the copy trades because I may be faster than you, I may scalp the market faster than you. I may not be able to share some strategy sometimes because of the opportunity I will find in the market, and then I just go in. So for those that will be copying me, you can make profit of your own trading or using the signals. So that becomes like your other bot. Of course, when I make a loss, you make a loss, but you should know that I'm somebody who is very disciplined and try to minimize my losses. And, risk management is very key. I'm somebody who likes not to use too much, expose my account that much. However, for the Forex, I recommend $500 if you really want to make money with that, because the positions I would open, your account should be able to carry them, even though we're going to try. But basically, we're just trying to see if we can have a dedicated account for that, so we don't use high leverage, lot sizes for that. So people who have even small capital, like $100, can still copy. So I've answered beyond what you asked, because I think I just remembered all this other part based on your question.
When do you think the copy trading will be available?
I can't say for sure, but I am hoping that between now and say the end of the month. The reason is the tools that I'm using for my analysis, I am still setting them up. The provider, I think they're having issues with one of them. So I use that alongside with my trading view. So if the tools are up and running completely and I can use them to confirm what I'm doing on trading view, then I can say, oh, maybe the next 1 week. But if I don't get that, I would say maybe in another 2 weeks, because I want to be sure that everything is not 100% accurate, but 70%, 75% should give us that kind of win rate. Yes. So say maybe, yes. So that is what I'm looking at. But however, next week we will start dropping signals for you to trade. It's just copy and paste. Okay, it's just copy and paste. Like I said, I'm going to drop a video. Watch the video. I'm going to grab 1 or 2 YouTube videos that will show you what you need to do on your trade, how to take a trade when you're given a trade signal, what to do with it. I'm going to do that. So you can start with a demo account so that you can get used to using the signal. So use live signals on demo account. Learn the scalping method. I'm going to talk a little bit about the scalping method. Maybe I'll do a voice note and some write-up in the premium group. That's not for everybody. Like I said, that's not for free. So I'm going to do that to guide those of you who are in the premium group. I'll do that maybe later this evening. I'll just do a voice note and I'll explain what that is so you can understand that. And I'll also send a video in so you can also see what the scalping strategy looks like. And yes, but I will still continue to insist, even if you are a pro trader, you have to do that. The way I scalp the crypto market is different from the way I scalp the Forex market, right? So, and that's why I can tell you that the crypto pairs that are coming on our brokers platform is good for us, because the scalping here is going to be better and faster than the crypto exchange if I want to scalp the market. You know, when you are scalping the market, you don't have take profit, you don't have stop loss. So the risk is quite high, but of course you take profit on the go. All right. So, but we're going to talk about all that in the premium group. We'll talk further there. So that is it. Any other question?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay,
Yeah,
go
please.
ahead.
How do we use the RSI to figure out overbought and oversold? And what I remember you said this when it's 70 and above, that's overbought and oversold. Sorry, and what of overbought? What figure is that? What amount?
No, let me share my screen. 70 is overbought, 30 is oversold.
Okay. And how do we see that on the?
You didn't see when I was adding the indicator. Okay,
I
this
saw
is
yeah, I saw it.
Okay, so this blue, can you see 70 and 30 here where my cursor is moving?
Okay, yeah, I saw it, yeah.
So there's
Okay,
70 here. So if it's
Okay.
70 and above, is overbought. If it's 30 and below, is oversold. Okay?
Okay, so the green indicator is the RSI.
Yes, that is what shows you that this movement.
Okay,
So you can see that now it's tilted and it's facing down, and you can see what the market is doing is the market is actually coming down. It's crossing the SMA, trying to give us a downtrend because, so that's it.
Would you take a down signal there if you trade
didn't
on
get
your
that.
own?
You say what?
Would you take a trade there if you were trading on your own?
If I was trading on my own at this point, at this area, I won't take a trade because it is tricky. I want to see a clear downtrend, just like what is here, right? I want to see a clear downtrend here, just like what is here. So if I'm trading on my own and I see this, I won't take the trade because as far as I'm concerned, this is not, there's no clear-cut indication that it's a downtrend or it's an uptrend at this point. But this shows that the trend is about to change. That's what the RSI is telling us. However, it's not completely, look at it was pointing downward, now it's a bit straight. So these are the things you look at. Look at this one here. This one was pointing downward and it actually came down. And that's why we have it here. You can see the confirmation here on the SMA. All right, so it came down. And then it went this way for a while. That is what we had here. Then it went up. So the moment it faced up, it went up actually, because it gave us this green candle here to confirm that. You can see it directly there. Then the next one, which is like the confirmation candle, then you have two more candles. Then it formed this. This was where we took that trade we just left. That was a win on this candle. So if I were to trade myself and I come and meet the indicators like this, I won't trade it. I'll wait for a clear-cut trend. If it's up, let it be up. If it is down, let it be down. So I will go to another currency pair and see if I have the trend I'm looking for, then I will trade.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So,
Is it safe to say when you're observing that SMA to look maybe for the second candle after it has crossed on the first one?
Can you take that again?
I'm saying when you're looking at on the SMA, when it crosses the first candle, I will say, is it safe to look on the second candle, maybe to take the trade on the second candle after it has crossed the first one to indicate the direction?
I would prefer to take the third one. I will look at the crossing one is what is showing me that the trend is changing. Then the one that forms above it is like a confirmation for me. Then I will take the third one. So even if I want to take the third one, I want to be sure that the third one is not a red candle if it is a buy trend. That's another thing you have to look at, because you may have a confirmation on a green candle, the second candle, and then the third candle may be a red candle sometimes, right? So, but if you get in, if the candle is forming up on top of above each other, like that, we're forming a high, and you enter, the candle becomes a red, most likely on your first martingale, you will win, which is your fourth candle. You're going to win. That's why I said in every 3 candles, you expect to win. It is in rare occasion that you will have a loss. Because if it's an uptrend, the first candle that crosses, for me, it's showing me there's a change in trend, I won't enter. The next candle after that, it shows a confirmation. On the third candle, I want to go in. I go in and then it becomes a bearish candle. The fourth candle becomes a bullish candle. That's my first martingale. I'm going to win the trade.
Okay, thank you. Understood.
All right. So I'm going to stop recording now. I think all our questions are done. And yeah.
Please, one last question, please. On the RSI, so it is safe to actually navigate in between 70 and 30 without it touching either upwards or downwards?
Yes, I would say, but sometimes if you notice the trend, sometimes you have it in between 70 and 30, but the SMA may be telling you a different thing. It could be a ranging market. So if it's in between, it means sellers and buyers are contending with the market. So you can see, so that is why you need more than one indicator. The RSI may be showing you that, oh, in terms of volume, there's no overbought here or there's no oversold here, but it's in between. But the SMA is telling you that the market is a ranging market, so you don't go in, regardless if the RSI is telling you, oh, it's in between. But do you understand what I mean? So sometimes it's even safer when it's showing overbought, and then you have a green candle there up there. It means the sellers are still the buyers are still in control of the market, and most likely you have a win because the SMA is confirming that the RSI is showing overbought. But of course, just prepare for a change in trend after that overbought, it's most likely going to begin to come down. So the fact that it's in between doesn't give you 100% signal to go in. Look at what the SMA is also saying. If it's a ranging market, do not go in. The SMA should confirm what the RSI is telling you to do.
Okay, all right. That's good. Okay, thank you very much.
You are welcome.